On Venezuela, and a story we are going to follow very closely. Thousands of Venezuelan people, those that have stayed in this collapsing country, have taken to the streets today and took to the streets on Monday as well after socialist dictator Nicolas Maduro blatantly stole his country's presidential election, trying to hold on to power. The people who've been living in turmoil for years in this country amid a deep economic collapse and inflation so disastrous that paper money blows down the streets of Caracas are now turning violent. They've been setting fires. There's video of them ripping down statues of Hugo Chavez and of Maduro. We see tear gas and rubber bullets being fired at protesters. This is the reality of a election stolen by the radical left that will do anything to stay in power. Maduro's government delaying the posting of the election results, and then magically Maduro took the lead in the middle of the night. It's a familiar story. Exit polling projected a decisive victory for the opposition in this election, and that's not what happened. Nicolas Maduro said, "I won." And to add insult to injury, he claims he won by just 51%, which, as Marco Rubio stated, means he likely lost by 30 points. Emmanuel Rincon is the CEO of political consulting firm Regional Renaissance. He has family still living in Venezuela and also has the distinct honor of being personally threatened by Nicolas Maduro. And, sir, thank you so much for coming on. We do appreciate it. As far as you know, what is the situation in your homeland tonight?
Well, Maduro is threatening right now to incarcerate Maria Corina Machado and Edmundo Gonzalez, who is the current elected president of Venezuela after winning the election. So the last thing that I know is that Maria Corina Machado and Edmundo Gonzalez maybe are going to take asylum in the embassy of Costa Rica.
Embassy of Costa Rica, because who knows what they're willing to do to these protesters and to anybody standing up against them in this moment. Is they'll kill to hold on to power. I think we know that. The opposition says that they have proof. They have proof that they have won the election. Take a look at this.
Con las actas que nos faltan.
With the tally sheets that are left, even if the National Electoral Council would just write 100% of the remaining votes to Maduro, those won't be enough to beat Edmundo. We have enough. It's enough. The difference was so big. The difference was overwhelming.
It's terrifying to think that an election that was lost this badly can be stolen in a country. How did they do this? How did Maduro do this? And talk about the evidence that they have that the opposition clearly won.
They do whatever they want because they got all the army on their side and they got all the guns. The people in Venezuela doesn't allow to have guns. So, I mean, the regime can do whatever they want. And we got the votes, we got the ballots. The last study that we published, we have the 80% of the votes already ballots, already cast. And we have 7 million votes and they only have 3.2 million votes. That is official. I mean, those are the numbers, and we got all the proof. And they are insisting that we are the fascists because we are saying the truth. That is what's happening right now in Venezuela.
Have you seen any response from Kamala Harris or Joe Biden on this? Because this has obviously been a massive disaster for them, foreign policy-wise. They were completely played by this government. They released sanctions. They released Maduro's nephews in a prisoner swap. They've done a lot of favors for this man, hoping to entice him by giving him things into doing a real election. And they were duped the same way Iran dupes our country. Our State Department and our White House are completely incompetent. But what have you heard from the administration as a response to this? Have you heard anything?
I mean, the Congressman Carlos Jimenez and Maria Elvira Salazar are already calling to the Biden administration to recognize Edmundo Gonzalez as the president of Venezuela because he's the elected president, no matter what Maduro says. But they are only saying, I mean, Biden tweeted, well, not Biden, maybe one of his interns tweeted like 30 minutes ago, I think, that he supports Lula claims that Maduro has to show the ballots. Maduro doesn't have the ballots, and they don't gonna show it because they already lost. So, I mean, it's a mess. They aren't taking this